It will be on the Montaiuti group channel. Okay. So, guys, JP, I know you're working out, but I do want you to pay close attention to kind of what we're going to be talking about here. Same thing with everybody driving. This is a very important information that I want everybody to really digest today and this week, and make it your own. Okay. So we're going over some simple things about follow-up. Okay. Now, this is follow-up for the team leads. This is follow-up for your personal leads. This is follow-up for your business. Follow-up is the most crucial thing in the real estate industry, not even in real estate, in sales in general. If you're working in car sales, you got to follow up with those clients that came in on day one. If you're in insurance, if you're selling insurance, you got to follow up. If you're selling whatever it is, mortgage-backed securities, if you're selling investment funds, if you're selling stocks, if you're a broker, whatever it is, you need to follow up. And today we're going to go over just a few things. The first thing, what is a follow-up? The follow-up process involves maintaining communication with prospective buyers or sellers to provide updates, address questions or concerns, and guide them through the various stages of buying, selling, or renting a property. Inside of these calls are opportunities to get to know your clients better and build rapport. Summarized in a nutshell, the follow-up is to provide updates on what you know, on what's going on with the client, on what's going on with the market, address specific questions or concerns that the client has, and guide them through the next steps in the buying or selling process. These follow-ups are not only just to talk about business, these are also opportunities to build rapport. Why is the follow-up important? According to InsideSales.com, 40% of sales happen after the fifth touch. According to EisenhowerCoaching.com, after 6 to 8 calls, 50% of customers are ready to move forward. A harsh reality, ladies and gentlemen, is if you don't follow up, another agent will. And that's not going to happen on this team. We're going to hold each other accountable for making sure we're following up and taking ownership of our business. I'm going to give you guys a great example right now of if you don't follow up, another agent will. I have a client named Luis Tirado, and this stays between the team, guys. I have a lead named Luis Tirado, all right? Luis Tirado was working with Rancel Acevedo, right? Another YouTuber. I'm sure everybody here knows who Rancel is. He's a top agent in the office and has a team as well. Luis Tirado told me that they were looking to put an offer a little while back. They were looking to put in a contract. They wrote an offer, but then the house went under contract right before they submitted the offer. Rancel didn't follow up with him after that. That was about a month ago. His team didn't follow up. He didn't follow up. And he said, "Hey, I didn't really want to work with him because I just got this bad vibe that it was just about writing that contract and getting it going." This is a lead that's buying cash, ready to go, without buying the property, without even seeing it. Right? The easiest deal we could ever think of. Ranzel forgot to follow up. Now, Ranzel has 1 million leads in his system. Not literally. He has about 5,000, right? He didn't set a task. So he's about to lose a deal because I put Luis Tirado under contract this morning. Luis Tirado called me, said, "Hey, I had this situation. It didn't really work out. They didn't follow up. I just got a bad vibe from them. I wanted to talk to you, Renzo." We're putting the same floor plan, just a different lot under contract for more money than what Renzo was initially putting on his contract. So he's not even getting a better deal than what he was before. And we're putting in a contract just because Runzel didn't follow up. Let me ask you guys, how would you feel if you guys lost $8,000 to $10,000 because you forgot to set a task on Follow Up Boss? It's happened to me like 6, 7 times. That's why I have so much urgency on you guys to set up a task on Follow Up Boss. That's why I've been on everybody's butt the past 2 weeks because it's happened to me. And if we don't do it, it's going to happen to you too. It's happened to me 6 times. And I talk to Glenda and we sit there and we look at each other and we're like, what the hell just happened? And we just didn't set up a task. When your database grows, your organization skills need to grow as well. I don't think anyone here wants to lose $8,000 because they forgot to click a button in 5 seconds, right? The rule of seven. This is a marketing concept that all sales businesses use, and it suggests that a prospect needs to hear a message at least 7 times before taking action. They need to hear your message. They need to hear you. They need to know who you are. They need to know what value you're offering to them. Okay? Everybody has a different sales approach. Selling is just like jujitsu. It's just like fighting. It's just like painting. It's just like art. Selling is an art, and you can build and create your art. You can create your style. I have a style. I'm teaching you guys principles of my style, but you don't have to copy me. You just have to start taking action with the foundations of what works, and then you start building your own style. That's all martial arts is. That's all create like coding is. That's all lending. Loan officers, that's a hard ass job. That's probably harder than being in real estate. You have to be creative. You have to build your style of lending. You have to build your style of selling. 80% of sales are made on the 5th to 12th contact. Okay. A lot of you guys are getting hot leads, right? You're excited. These are good leads, leads that want to work with you, leads that want to work with the team, leads that want to buy a house in the next month or two. This still is applicable for these type of leads. Now, yes, we do have higher quality leads than most teams. Most of these leads already come to us because they want to work with us and us only. But if we don't continuously follow up with them, they're going to watch someone else's video and call them. They're going to forget about us. They're shopping. They're shopping, guys. When you go to the mall and those salespeople come up to you and you walk out, what if someone texted you, hey, by the way, I'm gonna let you know when something else pops up. I know you were interested in this watch, or I know you were interested in this shirt. I'll let you know when something else comes up. They're gonna follow up with you for that sale. If you can take anything out of this slide sheet right here, out of this slide, is it's gonna take you about 7 times speaking to a client before you guys even start moving forward on a sale. Okay. Obviously, it could be shorter depending on your ability to sell and communicate. But this goes nationwide across all sales companies and businesses. Just because we have better leads doesn't mean we're an exception from these statistics. These statistics are true even in this business. Okay. Follow-up script. So if Wilfredo, if you're a newer agent, or if you're almost hesitant to follow up, you're like, damn, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. This is a very simple script with a few different variations. Okay. Good morning, good afternoon. Good morning, Mr. Caleb. It's Renzo. How are you doing today? I'm doing good. How are you? I'm doing fantastic. Thank you for asking. I wanted to call and see what you think about the properties we have been sending you. Has anything stood out to you just yet? And boom, you get the conversation started that way. I'm not gonna write, there's some scripts where they write out the whole dang conversation. I just don't find that really to be true. Like Ricky Carruth has a script that goes like 10 pages down, kind of pinpointing everything the lead says. To be honest, this is how you can start a follow-up call and just go from there. The goal isn't to the goal isn't to initially just like try and push them towards a sale right away, just to see what they're thinking. It's just to pick their brain and see where they're at and also build rapport. Another variation of that is good day, Caleb. This is Renzo. How are you doing today? I'm doing good. How are you? I'm doing fantastic. Thank you for asking, Caleb. I know we have a time set out to meet this month, but before we do meet, did you have any more specific questions that came to you in the past couple of days? So those are just two simple variations of follow-ups, right? Now you can even exaggerate these a little bit more. A follow-up that I always do is, "Hey Caleb, how you doing? This is Renzo. How was your weekend?" Doing good, doing good. What about you? I'm doing amazing. Thank you. Thank you for asking, man. I know we're set up for a showing next week. I just wanted to give a call beforehand and see if you had any questions about some properties, about the market. I just wanted to see if you saw anything or were thinking anything that we can help you with today. One major thing I want you guys to take note in here. Whenever they ask you good and you, your answer is always, "I'm doing freaking fantastic. I'm doing freaking amazing." If you're having a bad day, they don't care. Unfortunately, they honestly doesn't matter. They don't care. What matters is if that you're giving each and every client the same energy. If you've heard me in the office, when I get on the phone with the lead, you have to get a new tone of voice. You have to be in that frame of mind. Hey, I'm here to help this client. You can call it a alter ego. You can call it another persona if you must. Create that person that is going to give the best experience to a client. And you hear it all the time. Everybody sharpens up a little bit once they get on the phones. And you have to, right? Hey Patricia, this is Renzo. How are you? I know we spoke a little while back. How are you doing? How was your weekend? Oh, it was good, just relaxing with the family. And what about you? It was amazing. Had some good stuff going on, spent some time with the family as well. But really, thank you for asking. I appreciate that, Patricia. Hey, so you know what? I was just looking at a few things. Last time we talked was about a week ago, and I know you were looking for a three-bed, two-bath, 1,500 square foot home. And I was just curious, has there been anything that caught your attention just yet? And I guarantee you people look at properties all day long. If someone's buying something, they're looking at something. How many times have you guys anybody bought a car recently within the past 3 years? Anybody? No, okay. When you know it's time to buy a car, how long and hard do you look online for that car, for that perfect car? When you
I
know
look
when you
down
know it's time to buy something for yourself, a big purchase, how much time do you spend looking at properties or cars?
All day, all night.
All day, all freaking night. You're damn right, Sylvia.
too much
All
time.
day, all night. People are searching at properties all day long. I guarantee you their Zillow is filthy with houses and just notifications and everything. And you can see them favoriting properties on your MLS. Let's go to my MLS real quick. These are the recent one home viewers. So since 6 a.m., we've had 4 people on the one home looking at properties, right? So these are people who are actively looking at properties just this Monday morning before they went to work. They're looking at properties. Sanita, she's an investor from New York who wants to buy 6 homes. Dennis and Jackie Martin, they're selling their house up north and want to move. Frank and Sandy, I haven't talked to them in a while. Let's see if I even have a follow-up. Sandy. Look at that. I forgot to follow up with them. And they are pre-approved in cash. Let's see. She wants to move May or June of 2024 from Guyana. Looking to purchase in January. Well, would you look at that? I completely forgot. So what am I going to do? I'm going to set up a follow-up and call her today. You know what? You guys want to hear me call her right now?
Yes.
All
Go
right,
for it. Do it.
let's go. Can you guys hear the call?
I heard something.
Can you hear it ringing?
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello. Hey, good morning, Sandy. This is Renzo from YouTube. How are you doing today?
I'm good, Renzo. How are you?
Sandy, I am doing amazing on this Monday morning. And I just wanted to give you a call because I saw, I remember a little bit about us talking in the past. And, you were looking to make a move to Florida, looking for a beautiful home with no HOA here in Marion Oaks, Ocala. And I saw you were looking at a few properties this morning, and I just wanted to reach out and see if there's anything that caught your eye.
Um, the reason that I didn't get back to you, and I don't know if your assistant tell you, the guy that she recommend for um the mortgage, you know,
Yeah.
he was so pushy, and I was telling him, and he was going back and forth with me like I'm stupid, and I hate that. I was upfront with you, and I tell you, and I asked her for you to get back to me. You never get back to me, so we went to another realtor.
Okay.
So I'm being honest with you because I tell her for you to get back to me, and I know you're busy. You didn't get back to me, so we didn't want to wait, and I went to another realtor.
Okay. Hey, Sandy, no problem. That's completely my fault and that's all on me, right? It's nothing that you can do on that end. So, Sandy, tell me about the property that you purchased. Did you already buy something?
No, no, no. We're not we didn't buy anything yet. We in the process of going there to look in
Okay.
the end of the month again. Um but we're not there yet because when I'm gonna go there to make my final decision, location and whatever, but and then come back and I have to put up. But you know, that's the only reason that you didn't call me back. So I didn't want to wait. So I had to go with somebody else because I told you I was serious and it was going to be this year.
Yeah.
But, and then I'm honest up front with you.
Yeah. No, and
Yeah. And guy for the mortgage, like I am a banker, like, and I'm telling him, oh, you can take out this, you can do, I said, I'm not asking you all of that. I know what I can do. And he was being too pushy. He was like, this is you can do this, do X, Y, and Z. I know what I can do, and so I'm in 27 years in banking. You know what
yeah.
I mean? And yeah, so that's why I had tell your assistant to for you to get back to me because I saw the videos. We're looking at everybody videos that they put up, and we're still looking.
Yeah.
Your list, we look at your list and we look at everything you put up. We see that there's a red door house that we really like. If you send like 3 or 4, they're different locations.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
Sandy, well, first of all, I appreciate the transparency and being very direct with me. Obviously, you're a very busy woman. Everybody's busy, but it's no excuse for not reaching back out to you and making sure we're giving you the best experience possible. So, there's really no excuse. And Sandy, from the bottom of my heart, I do apologize for not getting back to you and giving you the service. That's all on me and my lack of organization. So, Sandy, what I will say is the main goal here is for you to get that perfect property. Whether it's with me, whether it's with another agent, what matters is that you get the best experience. So, if you do ever feel in your heart, look, you're trying to get um, you are looking for the best representation. We are happy to help you, but of course, if you are working with someone, that's no problem at all. What matters is you get in that house.
Okay, so I will talk to my husband and with this realtor, we'll see, Like I said, I'm moving there definitely. This soon as sooner than later, and I want a person who can give me the best. I didn't sign any contract with anyone,
Yeah.
So, and
Yeah.
like I said, I had really liked what you're showing and how you show the houses. That's why
Yeah.
I choose you, and but that doesn't mean that we have any bad between us or whatever.
Yeah. And
I'm still open and I'm still being honest with you. I have a guy that show us is a family friend. But again, I need something what's gonna be best for me.
exactly.
Um,
And at the end of the day, Sandy, I imagine, you want to have the most knowledgeable person, and I imagine you're looking to get the best deal on whatever property, right? Because this isn't just, buying a bag of chips from the gas station. You're making the biggest investment of your life. So I imagine you want to make sure you guys get the best deal. But I completely understand, if you're working with someone in Ocala who knows the market super well, that's something that can be very beneficial for you. So, but hey, Sandy, what I'd say, talk to Frank. If you guys want to get on a Zoom call, I'll make sure to clear up my calendar for you guys. We can get on a Zoom call, and make sure we're giving you all the best information so you can make a good decision once you get down here to Florida. Okay. So
okay.
I'll be available all week for you. Just let me know if you guys want to do a Zoom call. Anytime. I'll be working until 9 p.m. and we'll go from there. Okay, Sandy?
Okay, sure. And thanks for reaching out.
Yeah, for sure. And I apologize for the delay. But yeah, if you have any questions, we'll make sure to reach out to you throughout these times. Okay.
Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate the call.
My pleasure, Sandy. Take care. Bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
It was the perfect example about where you talk.
So it doesn't really get any more clear on why follow-up is important, right? Because that's it. That's 10 grand gone like that, right?
Perfect.
Renzo,
Just like that. Hey, Sylvia.
Renz,
Yeah.
that's still your client. I hear it in her voice. That's still your
Yeah. Oh,
client.
for sure. For sure.
She went with somebody who showed her a house, but she's not committed to that person. For
For
one, she stayed on the phone still talking to you. And at the end of the conversation, she thanks you for following up. She's forgiving. She's forgiving.
guys, I'm telling you, it's you build the skill, you build the craft, and I'm gonna get on a Zoom call with her and make it undeniable to work with me. Undeniable.
I have something else I have to share with you real quick.
Yeah.
I don't know what lender that was.
That was
I have
Roberto. That was
Oh,
Roberto.
okay. Nothing to say anything about Roberto, but I have heard that before,
I
and I
have
think
to.
that person was with Roberto. And hey, we all make mistakes, okay? So hey, it's all
Yeah.
good. But I just want to full disclosure, I have heard that before from another client.
Yeah. And Sylvia, I've heard that from JP's heard that from a few clients. I've heard that from a few clients, and that's not what we stand for. So that's why another reason why we made the move to Samaritan.
Okay. Okay.
So, but guys, follow up, right? If you, I hope we never have to have that conversation. Any of you guys have to have that conversation. Okay. That's that like you don't
No te
want to be
conociéramos.
now I gotta catch up. Now I gotta catch up. I gotta call her. Hey, by the way, I just want to let you know I found this property. Hey, I just want to let you know this is what's going on. Special interest rates in Huntington Ridge. I have to offer so much value for her to get her back. I took it slow. I messed up. I forgot to hit the freaking follow-up tab. Right? How long did that take me to hit this button? Took me 2 seconds. Took me 2 seconds and I forgot to, and now I have to catch up trying to get this lead back working with us. Okay. Guys, as your database grows, you're going to run into these problems. That's why it's important for you guys to get organized now. Okay. This is all recorded, by the way, so you can go back to this over and over and over. Okay. The third variation of the follow-up call is calling with candy. Calling with candy. You guys have heard me say this a bunch of times, a million times. If you don't know what to do, if you're like, hey, you know what? I'm stuck. I don't know what to say to these people. I don't feel like I had a great conversation with them on the buyer consultation. I need to call them and offer value. Call them with some freaking candy. Call them with a market update. Call them with a new builder or property that just listed. Call them on a new special interest rate promotion that a builder's doing. Call them about a new builder moving into the Marion Oaks area and you want to show them the property because it fits their needs. Call them telling them K Habnonian just came into the market. Call them that Hometown Heroes just freaking announced that they have another $20 million available for this program. Call them telling them, hey, where you want to buy, Publix is going to be building a new shopping center right down the road. Call them when a property comes back on the market in one community and they can get a special interest rate on it. Call with candy, call with value, call with something sweet, right? When in doubt, call with candy. Over time, you start building momentum. If you get in your database and you follow up with everybody and it goes tragic, who cares? Sit there, listen to the calls, and figure out what you can do better. And rethink the conversations. Okay, what could I have said that maybe sounds a little bit better? Hey, let me tag JP. Let me tag Roger. Let me tag Wilfredo. Let me tag Sylvia and see what they think about this call and how it could have been better. Call in with candy, ladies and gentlemen. This is gold that nobody uses. This is gold right here. Expectations for leads. We're gonna get back into expectations. Sizzling leads, buying within 2 weeks, follow up every 1 to 2 days. If you have a lead that's pre-approved, you need to be calling them with candy every other freaking day. With new candy, whatever it is. If we're introverts don't make money. I'm an introvert, but I've developed into an extrovert in this business. Introverts don't make money. That's just the truth. We have to build something within us. If you have a pre-approved buyer, it is time to freaking go. It is time to build a sense of urgency to get them under contract. Hot leads, buying within 1 to 2 months, follow up every 2 to 3 days. Lukewarm leads, buying within 2 to 3 months, following up with 1 to 2 times per week. After each follow-up, set up a new task action to follow up with them accordingly. As your database grows, your organization will need to grow. There is no greater pain than following up too late and they already bought with someone else. You guys just saw literally the perfect example. Another thing, guys, ladies and gentlemen, is we're gonna be very real, but we work very hard to get these leads. Very hard to get these leads. You guys are getting leads that people in the office die for. Since last week, I've had seven agents come to me asking to be on the team. 7 of them wanting to work with these leads, wanting to work with these people. Okay. It's not just about if you feel comfortable or uncomfortable following up. It is necessary for yourself, and also a sign of respect, because we work like I'm not even gonna say it again, but guys, there are people who would die for the opportunity of working these type of leagues. If you're not on, like, if you don't want to work on this team and you go to another team, to convert one lead, you got to call 90 to 100 people. You got to cold call them too. They don't know who you are. They don't want to talk to you. You got to overcome every damn objection and have a 2-hour conversation with them to convert them. You got to be on the call. I talked to Corinne. She's on the phone. She's prospecting 3 to 5 hours per day, like a lot of time, every day in the mornings and the afternoons, prospecting. And those are cold calls. You guys don't, you guys aren't even cold calling. You guys are talking to leads that have already been vetted, that have called us and been vetted. One thing I really want you guys to hear is that lead that Roger put in under contract yesterday is named Rodolfo, right? Rodolfo and Clara. Rodolfo and Clara called us on Saturday, and they wanted to buy a house, cash. They were very urgent in doing so, and I had to figure out who I was going to pass that lead to. I wasn't going to do it based off Glenda. Glenda wasn't working. It was up to me to pass that lead to somebody. And what the first thing I did, I just said, who deserves it? That's the first thing I thought in my head. Who deserves this lead right now? And I went up into Follow Boss, and I went into reportings, and I went into last week calls. And it's not it. Roger has a few leads. JP, Roger, Sylvia, you guys have the most leads in your database right now. But it's not even just about that. It's about who put in the most amount of work. I went through the leads that you did work with. I looked through the conversations. Roger put in the most work, and that's the truth. And guys, I'm not here to like stir it up, but I'm just being real. These leads come all the time, and it's going to go to the people who deserve it. Roger deserved it because last week, that's who he put in the most work, and that's all. That's simple as, right? So guys, I hope today is a good understanding of how to follow up, a good understanding of how dependent follow up is for a business. It's very rare a lead calls and just is ready to go, like the one Clara and Rodolfo. It's very rare. So guys, that is what we have on the follow-up side. And then special request from Mr. John Paul Gutierrez last week came up with a great idea on Ocala's frequently asked questions. JP, can you hear us? Okay, we got you. You can hear. Okay. Ocala's frequently asked questions. So if there's anything else here by the end of this, guys, please feel free to ask. Septic and well. Okay, what are some of the most common questions you guys are hearing right now on septic tank? Hold on, I'm gonna get a few give me 1 second, guys. Question, Sylvia?
Yeah, I just wanted to thank you for the thoughtful decisions that you've made within this last week or two, including the lender that you chose, including the decision to close the team and keep it and work with the realtors that we have. Just the building of the bond between us, all of us, is so important, which is why I joined team. And I really want that. I wanted that, and I really am so happy to be a part of a team that's small enough to be personable with each other and have each other's back. And I just want to just thank you for the decisions that you made. And I know you would not have made, you didn't make it willy-nilly. I believe, just knowing you as long as I've known you, just these couple months, you put some thought into it to make sure it was the best decision. And I appreciate that.
Yeah. I appreciate your words, Sylvia. I really do. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. So, here we have some of Ocala's frequently asked questions, right? We have a lot of people who ask us about septic tanks, right? Sylvia, do you have any clients that you had a situation with a septic tank question, right? What are some of the most common things you hear about septic tanks in Ocala?
I haven't had questions about septic tanks. I almost address it before they ask, because I've lived on a septic tank house in the South for since I was a kid.
Yeah.
And I know that people, because they don't always have septic tanks, particularly up north, they have it mainly, at least my experiences in the South,
Yeah.
that people moving from the north, I kind of get ahead of it, and I tell them septic tanks are great. It's all about, I tell them the benefits of it. And that's it. If you're not on the public water system, your cost is so much less per
Yeah.
month. I think I paid, like, in Mineola, I paid like $29 for my water bill. I don't have a sprinkler system. I have a septic tank, so I'm not on the public water system. So there's so many benefits of having a septic, but because they don't know, coming from the north, and I came from Ohio, so I know that they don't know, that I just go ahead and put it out there, get ahead of the question, so it won't be a fear
Yeah.
or an obstacle or an objection that I need to overcome later.
Yeah. And that's great. That is great, explaining to them about the well and the septic, especially when they see it. Most clients are like, "Hey, what is that? What's that in the backyard?
Exactly.
What's that thing
Yeah.
sticking out of the ground?" And just for everybody to know, it is a drill that goes down into the Florida aquifer, and it brings up water. That big kind of machine in the middle, like the circular thing, it's the filter. And then it filters through there and goes into the home. Okay. If you see a big pole, like a big kind of circular thing next to it, and it looks like a little kind of like I don't even know I don't even know how to call it, but it's gonna be a water softener. Water softeners are important. Water softeners purify water even more. We do have hard water here in Florida. So it is good if a house has a water softener. It's not necessary. Don't bring that conversation up unless, you don't have to talk about having hard water in Florida. I typically only say it if I see a water softener. Okay. Now, so the well, also, it's way less expensive. You're getting your own water. You're only paying for the electricity to run the well. Okay. You're not paying for the water. So it saves you a good amount of money, right? Septic tank. Septic tank is a sewage system. A lot of people ask, hey, how often do I have to clean it out? If it's a family of 1 to 2 people living in the house, honestly, 7 to 10 years, every 8 to 10 years, actually. If it's a family of 3 to 4, every 5 to 6 years. Okay. Costs about $300 to $400 to pump out your septic tank. Okay. Also, when you have a septic tank, it saves you on your water bill as well, even more, because the biggest cost of water is typically the sewage going out. It's typically flushing your toilet is what's most expensive in Ocala. Okay. Crime rate. This is a question we got a lot last week that Glenda got. And the best response is, hey, I completely understand. I want to tell you guys, we're only going to put you in the safe area. Okay. We're going to show you properties in the safest of areas. Where you don't want to be is north of downtown Ocala. We're going to make sure we don't put you anywhere near there so you can stay out of the unsafe areas. But where you do want to be is Marion Oaks, Liberty Triangle, and Ocala Waterways. Right? Now, if we need to find now if the client's in the 200 to 220 price range, you can't say that. We got to open it up a little bit to Silver Springs. But if you're in that price range, you know, you got to deal with the area that price range allows, right? So crime rate, I typically say, hey, that's a great question. What I want you to know more than anything is we're gonna be putting you in the safest neighborhoods. We're gonna be putting you in the safest neighborhoods outside of the high crime areas. Just like any other city, there's high crime, there's low crime, right? North downtown Ocala is high crime in Ocala. Low crime is going to be Marion Oaks, Ocala Waterways, and Liberty Triangle. History lesson on Marion Oaks. Marion Oaks used to be an air before there were any houses in Marion Oaks, like in the 1990s and early 2000s, before any homes were there. There used to be a lot of drug trafficking going on in the back of Marion Oaks because they had streets. Nobody was back there. So there technically was crime. There were like some trap houses in the back of Marion Oaks, stuff like that. So back in the day, there was a lot of crime in Marion Oaks, and that's some of the stuff some people might see. There are people on my YouTube channel who are Ocala old heads that talk about, hey, Marion Oaks back in the 90s were some of the worst areas I've ever seen in my life. You know, whatever. That's the past. Now it's an affordable housing area that has been growing significantly. They have a sheriff department right next to the Marion Oaks Facility Center where they have a library, tennis courts, basketball courts. They have their own sheriff department, which is great. Okay, that's how I handle the crime objection. I only think Ocala is farm and countryside. You know, we're doing all these houses on no HOA, no CDD. Um, and then I just tell them about, hey, you know, great question. Ocala does have a lot of farm and countryside, but Ocala also has a lot of commercial growing. And then talk to them about Highway 200. Show them pictures, show them on a map. Hey, here's Highway 200. Look at all of this commercial centers. It's only 15 minutes away from Marion Oaks. Deed restriction. People say, hey, Ocala's not HOA, but it is deed restricted, right? What are the deed restrictions? Does anybody know what the deed restrictions are in Marion Oaks? There we go, JP. Let's go, JP.
It's the fence. Can't fence the front of your house. You can only fence from the side
Yep,
to the back. Can't have a chicken coop.
yep. And you can't park your 18-wheeler RV in the front of your house. It has to be on your property. It can't be on the road. It has to be on your property.
Yeah.
That's pretty.
What was the first two JP says?
Que la verja, el fence, no
Okay.
puede cubrir la parte de adelante de la propiedad. Sabes que hay propiedades que tienen esa entrada grandiosa que abre desde adelante. Lo vas a ver mucho por Rolling Hills. En Marion Oaks no puedes hacer eso. Puedes poner fence del lado de la casa para atrás.
Okay.
Al principio no. Y lo otro es que no puedes tener caseta de pollos.
Okay, caseta
Pues
de pollo.
criadero de gallos.
Bueno, eso sí,
Después.
pues eso sí lo sabía y lo supuse, pero no sabía lo de la ofensa.
Yeah,
Yeah.
muy
Ujú.
importante.
Muy importante. Bueno, y también no se ve nadie con esa ofensa.
No,
Este,
no es necesario. It's not really necessary, you know. But sounds good. What are the best areas to live in Ocala? I think we all know Marion Oaks, Ocala Waterways, Rolling Hills, anything in the Liberty Triangle. And those are pretty much the best areas. Job market.
bro, what do you think about the area where is Forest High School? Forest High School.
It's not that bad. A lot of this is
That's north, isn't it?
yeah, this is downtown Ocala right here. A lot of this right here is like the old money areas, right? The areas like once you get down in this area, this is where it gets a little sketchy. Okay. It's not, I mean, they're better areas, Roger, but it's not the worst.
I asked, I asked because according to some website, Forest High School is the best public high school.
Could be. I always
Yeah.
everybody in Ocala told me Westport High School is an amazing high school. Westport. But to tell you the truth, Ocala does have a good public school system.
Yeah, they do.
They do have a good public school system. They stick to their old traditions. They do have a good public school system, which is great. Um, but hey, well, thank you for sharing. Honestly, I had no idea about Forest High School.
Yeah, I looked it up for best high school in Ocala, and that one it showed me the overall is A plus or A negative, something like that.
Nice. Okay.
I think it
Forest
has a lot
High,
of land in that area too, if
a
I'm not
lot of a
mistaken.
lot of land, a lot of money. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
all of this is like if you drive through here, like all of this is just like farms and money,
Mm,
farms and yeah.
yeah. Well, that may
Ye-
be what some people are looking for when they want big lots.
Those are the properties where like the old money of Ocala lives.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So okay, let's get back to the last couple questions. The job market. How would Wilfredo, how would you answer that question about Ocala's job market?
Um, to be honest, I wouldn't know. I think the last thing that I remember you saying in your videos is that um, I don't know if you said Amazon. Was Amazon moving in?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So
Yeah.
in Ocala, they do have a really healthy job market. If you're in the medical industry, you could get a job within 24 hours. And that's just based off experience. Just say, hey, we have people on the team that are nurses or in the medical industry, and they get offered a job by the HCA hospital in Ocala within 24 to 48 hours. Right? Another thing, if you're an Amazon worker, if you're a Walmart worker, there are a lot of major companies that have distribution centers in Ocala. So, we work with a lot of Amazon employees. They take, I don't know, they're like a quarter of the population now, right? And Amazon has one of the biggest distribution centers in Ocala. So that's one opportunity if someone's looking for a job, if someone's transferring, it's very easy to get a transfer into that Amazon warehouse. So the job market is very stable, it's growing, and it's very easy to find work in Ocala. And for truck drivers, it's the same thing. It's, hey, you come down here, you'll find work right away. Home warranty. Now, this is a really important topic here, because home warranty, some builders offer a 210 warranty, right? A 2-year mechanical warranty, a 10-year structural warranty. But there are some builders like Bacan Homes. Bacan Homes is a builder. And let's say I wanted to buy a house, I wanted to build a house. I pay Bacan Homes $180,000 and they build a house for me. And then I sell it. It's my house once it's finished, right? So sometimes me as the investor, I don't give a home warranty on that property. So you need to clarify with new homes in Ocala that there is a home warranty being offered. And if not, you need to negotiate that and put it in the contract. So yesterday, damn. Okay, so here's the executed contract. And I did not see that they put a home warranty. So what I put here is buyer and seller agree that the sellers will provide the buyers with a 2-year mechanical warranty and 10-year structural warranty. They just executed it. So boom, they have warranty. Okay. Sometimes they'll say it in the MLS. Sometimes they'll say in the MLS down here in the realtor remarks. But if not, you want to make sure you plug it in there. Okay. And if the builder isn't offering it, negotiate it. Because if someone wants to get a 210 warranty after the property closes, it's much more expensive for the buyer. Much more expensive. It's easier when a builder does it while it's under contract.
But there is a builder that don't offer home
It's
warranty.
happened to me 3 times where a builder has offered only a 1-year builder warranty. Yeah, some boof. Some boof. Can I build a pool? This is a great question. Mary, a lot of people from up north are moving to Ocala because they want to utilize the warm weather. They want to build a pool. They want their family to be happy and whatever. They want a pool, right? The only thing that would hinder this is if the septic tank, the actual tank, is in the back. Okay. So you just have to confirm with the listing agent that the tank is in the front yard or in the side or one of the sides. Okay. And zoning. Zoning in Ocala, most of the properties are zoned R1, meaning you can have one residential property. You can get a permit to pour a concrete slab, build a guest house if your lot is big enough, to build a shed. You do need permits to build concrete slab, by the way. So if you plan on building another structure in your backyard, you do need permits for it. Okay. It's not a HOA restriction, but you do need city permits. Now you could do it off the record, but then it's like, is it really worth it? Like it's better to just get the permit for it. A better alternative is I just say, hey, lay down brick pavers. Right. Now, if you see zoning A1, it means that's agricultural land, meaning that you can have you can have livestock, you can have plants, you can literally create a business on your piece of land. For every 2 acres, you can have 1 horse and 1 cow. And then after that, every 1 acre after that, you can have a horse and a cow. So you need 2 acres to initially get a horse or a cow. And then every acre after that, you can have 1 horse or 1 cow. So if a property is 3 acres, you can have 2 cows or 2 horses. If it's 4 acres, you could have 3. If it's 5, you can have 4. A property that's zoned R2 means that you can have 2 residential units on it. Okay. And then the rest of the zoning, you'll have to call the city. You have to call the zoning department of Ocala. All right. Any other questions, ladies and gentlemen? This was a long class Glenda question.
Yes, sir.
Good
Good
morning, by
morning,
the way.
gentlemen. Yes. Just have a quick question. I am so thankful I am part of the frequently asked questions from the clients. So I have,
Oh, you
I'm
got
not sure if,
don't you?
yeah, I'm not sure if it was discussed the previous slides or maybe the future slides, but what about irrigation? Does it come with the homes?
Great question. It depends on each builder. So I know D.R. Horton does irrigation in the front yard, not the backyard. LGI Homes does provide irrigation in the whole property. Most builders don't provide irrigation systems.
So DR Horton provides it
Yeah, only the front yard and side yards.
for DR Horton. Okay. Awesome. Thank you. That's it.
Okay.
Taxes 1.5, right?
No, in Marion Oaks, 1%.
Okay. I don't know who told me in Marion Oaks it was 1.5.
No, en menos.
Some listing
Yeah.
agent, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is a good question. On your Alta statement, if the property is built in 2024, right? So if a property is built this year, whoever buys that house is only going to pay taxes on the land for this year.
Okay.
2025 is when they start paying taxes on the property.
Okay.
Okay.
For example, Nelson,
Who's
they're
no?
paying tax. Nelson, the Cuban, they're paying taxes just for the land.
Oh, no, pero ahora ellos van a pagar este año en la casa.
Okay,
Because
but
they
there
closed
is.
in December. Yeah. Or the house was finished in 2023.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. But that's pretty much it, ladies and gentlemen. Sylvia, are you still here with us?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay,
I'm
okay.
in Cheapland. I
Okay.
said I
One
can't put my chickens in the backyard. That bothers me a lot. That's
that
but other
was
than that,
that's a deal breaker for you. Hey, well,
I need
sounds
some
good.
chickens. Take my taxes down.
Take my yeah, but you can't take my chickens.
I didn't know about the horses until the last week. I thought you can have 10 horses in one acre, in one
Yeah.
acre.
Hey, well, guys, one final announcement before you guys head out for your day is we have a new member of the team joining us today. So, you know how we have Glenda, we have Mary, we have Maria Camila, and today we have Mr. Patrick, who is going to be joining us as another transaction coordinator for the Montaiuti group. So, everybody, welcome, Patrick. Welcome to the team, Patrick. This is everybody.
Hey, thank you. Nice meeting you,
How you doing,
everyone.
Patrick?
Doing good. Thanks.
Awesome, awesome. Well, Patrick and Mary are going to be working together in the transaction coordinator role. Patrick has 3 years of experience working with La Rosa.
Yeah.
With
Yep.
La Rosa. He was working with a team that was doing about 25 transactions per month. So he is very acclimated to working a great amount of deals. And so Patrick and Mary are going to be working together to make sure every single transaction goes as smooth as possible. Okay. He is going to have access to the Montaiuti group, but Mary and Patrick are both going to be available for you, any questions you guys may have. Patrick,
Yep.
this is a team. Glenda. I think
Yep.
you Mary and Camila. And these are a few of the agents on the team. Wilfredo, Roger, Sylvia, can you guys introduce yourself to Patrick and tell him a little bit about, or actually let's do the reverse. Patrick, can you introduce yourself to the team and tell him a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, sure. So, I was doing TC job in my previous company, which is La Rosa, for almost 5 years. Doing most of the listings in Central and North Florida, and doing most of the TC tasks in South Florida, Parkland area, if you're familiar, and Fort Lauderdale, those areas, Boca Raton. So yeah, just about your contracts, just keep it coming. Keep it
Okay.
coming. Yeah.
Awesome. Hey, tell us a little bit about yourself, Patrick. Tell us where you're
Yeah.
from, how old you
Oh,
are, what you like to do on your
on my
free
age.
time.
Right. So yeah, I have a 5-year-old son. Most of the time before I got here, most of the time I spent my day with my son and our family business, which is a shirt business. So yeah, most of the time with my son, we've been, watching YouTube videos. We play a lot during the day after his, um, after his school, and yeah, I think that's about it. So yeah, that's where my life revolves in a daily basis. So yeah, I'm
Fantastic.
30, currently 30 years old.
Where are you from, Patrick?
In Philippines. I'm
Philippines.
from Philippines. Same with Mary and Glenda. Yeah.
Hey, well, thank you for the awesome introduction. Patrick, you're gonna get to know everybody on a more personal level
For
as
sure.
time goes on, but that's pretty much it. So Roger, Sylvia, Wilfredo, this class will be on the Montaiuti group if you want to go back. And yes, guys, just remember that call I just had with Frank and Sandy, and let that motivate you guys for this week, okay? So I hope you guys have a great day. Let's crush it this week. Sylvia, good luck on that listing appointment. If you have any questions, if you need a listing agreement sent out, feel free to reach out to Patrick and Mary. And
Yep.
What? I take my listing agreements with me in the car.
you know, and that's a gangster. That's a gangster. That's gangster. You know, we don't. You want them
No.
to. I do. You know, I do the same thing. It's so nice when you see them sign the piece of paper, right?
Blue ink, dude.
That's it. Awesome. Awesome. Hey, well, good luck, Sylvia. Feel free to give us a call if you have any questions. Roger, Wilfredo, I'll see you in the office if you're in today. Have a good day, guys.
Hey, have
Bye,
a good one,
guys. Love you
guys.
guys.